Hello everyone and welcome to In the Cosmos from the De Anza College Planetarium for June 10th, 2020. My name is Toshi Komatsu and I'm your host and the director of the planetarium. Now we've already done some videos talking about where the planets are in the sky and where you can find them. But in this week's highlight, I want to focus in on why the planets are where they are. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and take a look. We're looking at our solar system on June 13th, 2020. Now, there's nothing special about that date. It's just close to the posting date for this video. Now, we've got the sun in the center, and it's surrounded by the planets orbiting the sun there. Let's go ahead and turn our labels on so we can identify which planets are which. Of course, we've got Mercury, the closest planet, then Venus, then Earth, and Mars, and so forth here. As if you're looking from Earth towards the sun, that is the daytime side of the planet. If you're looking away from the sun, that is going to be the nighttime or the evening skies, and that's the general direction that you want to be looking to find planets. Now, looking towards the sun here, which planets can you actually see here? Should be obvious that we're seeing Venus, and we can see Mercury as we look towards the sun. And both of them are pretty close to the sun, and if I go ahead and tilt our view here so we get a little bit more of an edge on view, you can see a little bit more clearly what I mean by that. So we'll go ahead and this is pretty good here. We've got Earth looking towards the sun. You can see that Venus is almost right on that line connecting Earth and the sun there. A little bit off to the side. That's because Venus is moving off to become a morning planet. But still pretty close to the sun, which means that right now it's lost in the glare of the sun. Now, if we look over towards Mercury, again, making that line from Earth towards the sun there, Mercury is a little bit further off of that line, but still pretty close to the sun. And Mercury, no matter where it is in its orbit, is always going to be close to the sun. And that's why Mercury is so tricky to find in the skies, whether you're looking in the early evening or whether you're looking in the early morning here. Now, if we look from Earth away from the sun, which planets can you see now? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip ourselves around. So we'll keep the sun sort of in the foreground. We'll flip ourselves around so that Earth is in the background. You can already see one planet there, the red planet, Mars. But continuing to look beyond where Mars is, you can see a couple of more planets there. Which planets are those? Well, we see Jupiter here, and we can see Saturn. So looking away from the sun, we can see three planets, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. And as we've seen from other videos here, those planets are all visible in the early morning. Now, again, if you make a line from the sun over towards Earth there, again, you're looking out to the nighttime side directly from the sun to Earth. That would be midnight. Looking off over towards the right of where Earth is, now we're looking towards the eastern or the dawn skies here. So that's where we find Mars. And not quite as far as where Mars is, again, looking at that line of sight from the sun to Earth, that's where we find Jupiter and Saturn. Right now, they're rising around midnight. And because of daylight saving time, we're not seeing them exactly 180, but in general, sort of on the order of 180 degrees away from the sun as seen from Earth here. So this hopefully helps kind of make clear why we aren't seeing any good evening planets at the moment. All of the planets, all the bright planets, which would be to say Mars and Jupiter and Saturn, they're sort of more in the morning sky here. And Venus, the brightest of the planets, it's lost in the glare of the sun right now. So that is it for this edition of In the Cosmos. Hopefully you liked it and learned a little something. If you could, please do like the video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. All of that really helps us. You can find out more about the planetarium and more astronomical goodness on all of our social media. We're available on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and you can find the links to those in the description below here. For now, this is the De Anza College Planetarium wishing you clear, dark skies. Thank you for checking in, and until next time, signing off for now.